Alright, so getting this motor ready to get it disassembled and to the machine shop. First thing we got to do is take off the dampener. So I got this crank pulley kit that I've had probably for, I don't know, 15 years. Very simple to use. I got a 16 millimeter tool socket with a crescent wrench. I'll show how all this kind of goes together. Then I got the 17 millimeter for the dampener bolt. So I'm gonna hit this real quick with the impact and start getting this disassembled. Alright, so now that we got the dampener off, timing cover, lower timing cover off, you want to rotate the cam gears and crank to line up with the marks on the back side of the timing plate. So when you're removing the timing belt, everything kind of lines up to where it needs to be. You don't have any damage to any type of valves or anything. So you can see that everything's pretty much lined up. There's 5 marks. There's one on the gear, the crank, and then your timing marks. So what I have in my hand is just a bolt for the stopper on the tensioner. I like to use one with a taper, so I'll put that down and compress the piston on the tensioner. And you want to take your time doing this. Go as slow as you can. The dampener, or sorry, not the dampener, the tensioner is a hydraulic rod, and if you try to do it too quick, and if you use an impact to try to tighten that down, or just use a ratchet and go really quick, there's an arm on there, and that arm is going to snap. So I always use just a regular tool, turn it by hand. If I'm using a socket, I turn it by hand to get that cylinder all the way compressed. So take your time, go slow. It doesn't take too long, but just take your time when you're doing it. All right. Alright, so what we have here is upgraded idler bolt stud. I can't remember what brand this is. I don't know if I got it from like Remedy Z or Concept Z, or if it's a BDE. I just know it's a upgraded one. just a little bit out of security. If you have a little bit, you know, over 600 horsepower, I'd recommend upgrading to something a little bit more heavy duty, just to give you that peace of mind when you're kind of pushing your car to the limits. Alright guys. So we got both of the heads off. I'm going to continue breaking this down. I'm going to get the thermostat center housing off. The pistons actually don't look too bad. In a coming up video I'll talk more about these pistons, but they actually don't look too bad. Got a little carbon buildup on them, but it all wipes off real easily. So we'll get to breaking this down and continue with the process getting this motor ready for the machine shop. So, the billet caps that we'll be having the machine shop install. Here we go, we got the heads out. Everything looks clean still, so we're still going to take them out. We're going to check, I'll check the valves just to check them. Let's see if we can lift these up. So these are 1 millimeter over from the factory. So there's a turbo for the that's the passenger side.
So I'll put the cover back on. Something else I'll have done is gasket match the turbine housing. As you can see, there's a good amount of material that I can remove to get this to flow a little bit better. So we're going to machine out that area just to give it a little tapered. And there's the other side. You know, it's not just on one side.